Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate everyone tuning in today. Wanted to bring you a little how-to instructional video this afternoon about mounting and designing and building a mount for things like high lift jacks and so forth. If you've been following my channel, you know I'm in the process of building a quote-unquote bug-out vehicle, FJ Cruiser project that we're working on for the channel. And one of the things I want to do is add something like a high lift farm jack, maybe some shovels, axe, that sort of thing, and be able, I don't want to have that stuff in my vehicle, so I'm going to attach it to my rack. And once I got to researching about how to attach it to your rack, I found out very quickly that a lot of those attachment points are very expensive, like $50–$60 for a set of them or more. Some of them are a little bit less, but you know, plan on average I saw about $50 or $60. Well, the jack almost cost you that, or a shovel cost you $25, and you're going to spend $50 more to mount the thing, which I thought was a little crazy. So I knew there was other options. I knew you could figure out something, and I got to researching on the internet, and I found something similar to this on, it was only mentioned one time. I'm sure other people's done it on one of the four-wheel drive forums, but I'm going to show you my method of how I'm going to do it and how to put this project together. These here, you're going to have in this total thing, this setup here you see sitting here, you're going to have about a little over $5 a piece in these, like right at $5. So you're going to get two of them for 10, and it's going to, instead of paying $50 for the things as a set, which like I said, I thought was crazy. Now they're made of aluminum and things like that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I just thought it was crazy to spend $50 to mount a, you know, $25 shovel. So anyway, what is this thing exactly, and how does it work? I'm going to mount this piece. This right here, you take this off here, and you slide this, open this up and slide it onto my bar in my roof rack. And this will go off the side of the vehicle, this side, or you can mount it straight up and down. You can mount it towards the inside, whatever you choose, or you can mount it straight up and down like this. That's an option for you if you want to do that and run the and have it on top of the rack. So just kind of your option, what you feel like you want to do with yours. So how do you build this thing, and what is it, and how do you get all the parts? Well, everything you're going to get is from Lowe's, and I'm going to show you. It's going to start out as this, and this is a conduit connector. You buy it in the electrical section. I made the mistake, thought it was a part for a fence, and originally, and went to the fence department in the galvanized fencing and that sort of stuff, and that was the wrong department. Go to the electrical department and tell them you need a conduit connector. And they come in different diameters, so you'll have to figure out what size your particular bar you're mounting it on. And you can mount these to roll cages. You can mount them to a lot of different options, anything round, okay? So these cost 92 cents a piece, and they do come with this screw and nut. But this nut, I'm going to tell you, you're going to switch some of these nuts out, and I'm going to tell you about that here in a minute. But it does come with this screw and a nut, and that's what it's going to look like. Then you're going to go to your hardware section, and you're going to find this product right here, and it is model number H884511, and it is called a clamping knob with female insert. That's what you're going to get right there. All right, then some of your other things you're going to need, and I'm going to go ahead and show you. You're going to need hex tap bolts, 883152, 883152. I got two. Now I did 6 of these. I'm sorry, I did 2, 4. Yeah, I did 6 of these. So my packaging, I needed more. You'll just have to figure out how many mounts you're doing. But that's another package I did, and there's a package for the female insert. All right, so you're going to need these here, and then you're going to need these numbers here, and all those should be the same if you're going to Lowe's. These are all the nuts and bolts that you're going to need. 63403, I needed 6. Now again, I'm doing 3 sets of these. 1 for the jack, 1 for a shovel, and 1 for an axe. So I needed 2, 4, 6 of these clamps and so forth. You'll just have to figure out what you're going to need. Then I needed 63404, needed 8. 63409, I needed 8. So there's all the parts and pieces to do 6 total clamps. You'll have to figure out your number you need to do it. So what you're going to do, you're going to take the clamp and you're going to take the original nut off, and you're going to buy one of these nylon locking. It has a nylon insert in here so it locks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little lock washer on here also, but that's what you're going to need, one of those. Then you're going to take this one, this bolt here, and you're going to stick it. You're going to put a lock washer like this on it. Then you're going to stick it through the hole. And then you're going to come on this side and you're going to put another lock washer. And then you're going to buy, then in your stuff you bought, you're going to have another nylon inserted bolt. And that also helps lock everything down. Then you're going to tighten it down, get it started, and you're going to have some wrenches. Take this back off. You have to take that off to be able to get your socket in there. Then you're going to simply tighten everything down. Takes you a few minutes because this thing's a pretty long bolt. And that's what you're going to come up with. Alright, that goes in there. This will tighten down around your bar. And then this here. Now, I'm not 100% sure how these are going to hold up just yet. They're plastic. They're going to get brittle in the sun. I know all that. The other option that I'm going to keep as a backup is a simple metal wing nut that's going to go on here. But I thought these would look nicer, and obviously I don't need any tools to take these on and off, and I'm hoping they'll hold up, but you know, I'm kind of guessing they will not long term. I'll probably need to replace these probably every year or two because they will probably break potentially. Just don't think, you know, plastic in the sun is just not going to and it beating down on top of that roof is probably not going to help these last. So that's just keep that in mind. If you don't want to do these, just find you a wing nuts that has a pretty big wing to it, that instead of buying these, and it's even cheaper. This right here is actually the most expensive piece of the whole puzzle here, the project, because those let's see how much they were. They're $2.88 a piece. So what I'm going to do is a little later when I get my jack, I've already got it. I bought it off of Craigslist. And if you're going to get a jack, a farm jack, I highly recommend getting one, and I'll go into detail about the farm jack in another video. But here's the thing too, once you get all this stuff mounted, there's a potential of theft. So you need to figure out a way to secure these things with some type of cable locks, padlocks, something. And some people I've even seen use, because a lot of people don't use them anyway, is the cable locks for guns. They don't use them. They just got a pile of them that they get because they got them free with their guns, and they just use those to lock up their stuff on the roof. Now, obviously, any of this stuff's only going to keep an honest thief out, guys, so just keep that in mind. If you want to find a better way to secure it, maybe not as visible, you can obviously try securing this stuff to the inside of your vehicle. I've seen that where people mount them, you know, right under the back seat area. You know, SUV, you can mount it in the back area, and so forth. So there's some options. But anyway, if you guys are looking for a cheap, inexpensive, but decent looking option, once this is mounted up there and painted all black and everything, I think it's going to look great. It's not, you know, it's going to look just almost factory probably. So it's not like it's something you made totally from scratch, and it's real cheap. Like I said, you're going to have about $10 a set, and that's including all the nuts, bolts, paint, everything. Again, you can buy a can of paint. I had, of course, cans of paint laying around. To keep it from rusting, and matching the rack is black, so it'll match that. But again, you can paint it up any way you want. But anyway, guys, just thought I'd bring you this video to teach you how to build one of these for your high lift jacks and your other equipment that you want to mount to your rack on top of your SUV or your roll bar or something. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you've got any suggestions or experience with something like this, post that below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be bringing another video shortly. Have a great day, guys.